for tomorrow. Is that possible?
I've got a federal court sentencing at 10, but I can come here after that.
Okay. And the only reason why I say that is because it's well past 12, and I know the staff is going to need a lunch break. Court reporter is going to need a lunch break, and then we start up jury trial. Or if you want, we can do it between a break in our trial. So y'all, if the state and defense, state, do you have any witnesses?
Okay, so I've got 2 witnesses. I don't think the whole thing will take longer than 20 minutes, but...
Okay, just 1 second. Lunch has been ordered for the staff. Let me see if it's a to get their break.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 001248, State versus Lynn Wayne Morren. Could I have parties announced?
Mantle and Brown, State.
Louis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Morren.
All right, and are you Mr. Morren?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of guilty on July 21st, 2025. We were awaiting the PSI report. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 30 years. There's a $5,000 fine and there are no applications, and there's to be Chapter 62 compliance. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections, state or defense?
Not to the PSI, Judge.
All right, and the court is in receipt of documentation tendered to the court by the defense attorney, and it appears to be letters from therapists and from other parties.
Correct, Judge.
All right, the court has reviewed those. State, have you had a chance to review those?
Yes.
All right, state, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge, I've got 2 witnesses. The first would be Hugh Morren, Mr. Morren's brother.
All right, if you'll step to the side, sir.
They're back against the counter.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Here comes the emotional angle family testimony. This is a classic mitigation strategy. Defense wants the court to see the defendant as a human being, not just a case file. But remember, in crimes involving child exploitation, sympathy rarely outweighs the sheer gravity of the offense.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Hugh Morren.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
You're Lynn's brother, correct?
That's correct.
And how old are you, Hugh?
I'm 60.
And how old is Lynn?
69.
Now, do you understand what your brother's charged with?
Yes, I do.
And you understand that the plea bargain in this case calls for the judge to decide a punishment between 15 years and 30 years.
That's correct.
Yeah. And so, obviously, what you're asking the court to do is consider something closer to the 15 years than the 30.
That's correct.
What kind of, did you have any indications that your brother had gotten involved in this stuff?
I had no idea at all.
Yeah. No. Before his arrest?
No, I had no idea.
Are you telling the court that your brother didn't do this? Are you saying that this is not?
I just didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
But prior to the arrest, I had no idea.
But in speaking with your brother, he's taking accountability for it, right?
That's correct, yes.
Has he tried to blame anybody else, do you guys?
No.
Has he minimized it or somehow said, hey, look, you know what, this is just a big mistake?
No, not at all. He's taking full credibility for what he's done.
Okay. And so, yeah, this is not, obviously, this is a very troubling case, right?
Yes.
And you understand that there are real victims when it comes to this material?
As far as I know, I'm not real familiar with it. But,
No, what I'm saying is, I mean, these aren't computer-generated images, and there are children that get photographed.
Right, yes.
So no one's minimizing that.
That's correct.
But prior to your brother's arrest here, what kind of a reputation did he have?
He was hardworking. He's worked in the medical field for 30-something years, and has great friends and been an uncle to my son and everything, and had good interactions with him and stuff like that.
How many grandchildren are in your family?
I only have one son, and he's 30.
And there were never any indications that Lynn might be doing anything appropriate with the children family?
No.
Okay, were there?
We have a real small family. I mean, it's down to just me, Lynn, my son now at that point.
But no rumors or whispers in the extended family that anything improper had ever happened?
Oh, I had no clue, no idea. Hadn't heard anything like that at all, ever.
And so when he got charged with this was just a complete and total shock?
It was a total shock to me. Yes, that's correct.
Because this really is not consistent at all with the Lynn that you've known for your life?
That is correct. Yes, yes, sir.
And so, in talking to your brother, you said your brother took responsibility, right?
Yes.
And he made it known to you that he's been hiding this part of his life from everybody else.
Yes.
You said your brother worked in the medical field.
That's correct.
What kind of work was he doing?
He's a speech pathologist.
Okay. And you worked with both adults and children.
That's correct.
And were you aware of any kind of complaints or any reports of impropriety?
He'd had a clean record, worked there forever, no problems, no write-ups or anything.
And the pre-sentence report in this case indicates that he doesn't have a criminal history. Is that consistent
That's
with what you
correct,
know?
yes. He's never been in trouble at all.
Okay. So your brother's 69.
Now watch closely. The defense is setting up a key argument. Age plus health equals de facto life sentence. Courts consider this more often than you'd think. If 30 years equals dying in prison, is the harsher end of the range still fair? This is the moral wrestling match happening behind every question.
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And how is his health? Let me ask you.
I know he has diabetes, a little bit of asthma, and he's got arthritis.
So, I mean, health issues that are consistent with a man his age.
Right, correct. That's correct.
And now, what you're asking, understand that if the court were to give something closer to the 30-year sentence, at your brother's age, he's likely not.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. And so, despite these, the troubling nature of the accusations and the activity, you're asking the court to give him something closer to the minimum, something that would allow him at least some life expectancy when he gets out.
That's correct.
Now, I talked about the plea bargain that was a cap of 15 years, essentially anything between, a cap of 30 years, anything between 15 and 30 years. Is there anything unfair about that range of punishment?
I'm not real familiar with this, but I would feel that the fact that he's never been in trouble before, that they could possibly give him closer to 15.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, given the nature of the activity, it's not unfair to see him going and doing prison time, right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, you're not happy about that.
No.
You wish there were another way, right?
Sure.
But you understand that him being punished this way is fair and it's appropriate.
That's correct. Yes.
I'll pass witness.
Any questions? All right, thank you so much for coming in. All right, call your next witness. All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Good.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Wayne Morren.
All right, you may proceed, counsel.
Lynn, in looking at the PSI, it looks like you've never had any criminal history. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And so the first time you wind up in court is for something serious like this.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at the PSI, and it looks like you acknowledged guilt in this case.
I did. I am guilty.
And have you ever denied, since the time of the arrest, have you denied to me or anybody else that you were guilty?
No.
Lynn, if you're a man of your age with no criminal history, how did you get yourself involved with this material?
I became addicted.
This is a turning point. The defendant describes a progression from adult content to criminal material using addiction language. Judges hear this often, but here's the real question. Does acknowledgement equal accountability, or is it an explanation that risks sounding like an excuse? What do you think?
Addicted first to pornography, and it led to me going to more, as I chased what they call dopamine, something I've learned in my 12-step programs.
Okay.
I started doing more edgier and edgier stuff until I crossed the line. And once I did that, I got hooked on a very perverse medium. But it was the medium I was addicted to.
Right. So there was some testimony that you worked as a speech pathologist.
That's correct.
And did you work with both adults and children?
I did.
Did you ever do anything inappropriate with any of those children?
I did not.
Did you ever do anything inappropriate with any of those adults?
No, I took care of that. I did nothing inappropriate with either one.
Never any complaints, or you were never fired from one of those jobs for anything inappropriate? Okay, so even though you were dealing with these addiction issues, thankfully it didn't spill out into the physical world.
That's correct.
Okay. Since the arrest, have you taken any measures to deal with your addiction?
I've joined a 12-step program that's called SPA, Sex and Porn Addicts Anonymous.
Okay. And so there are 12-step programs for those sorts of addictions.
There are.
Okay. And are they, and I'm not going to ask for anyone's identity, obviously, but are they sparsely attended, or are there actually significant amounts of people that are in them?
They sometimes have as many as over 70 people. They do a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And the one I go to is on the West Coast.
Okay.
And it has a very good attendance. And it helps us to kind of deal with just like the AA 12-step model. They lead us through how to how to find relief, or to be able to
live without this.
live with it. Yeah, to learn how to manage it and
Yeah.
not let it rule my life.
Okay. And so, in doing so, in these 12-step programs, they refer to staying away from these things as sobriety, correct?
Yes,
Okay, just like we talked about with drug and alcohol issues of sobriety there.
yes.
And to this point, how many days have you been sober?
I have well over 400 days of sobriety since I joined the spa group. I had one relapse, and that was they violated their no self-love, no masturbation.
And then, so do you journal as part of that 12-step program?
I do, just to log it and to help keep me aware of how much sobriety I've obtained.
Okay. And to date, how many days have you been able to log?
It's over 400, 403 as of yesterday.
And Judge, I'm going to tender to the court, not for the reading of it, but just to substantiate that he's logged it.
Yes.
His journal that has 403 entries. So we're not asking I've checked with the state, we're not asking the court to read it, just to confirm he's done that. In addition to that 12-step program, have you seen a counselor?
I have.
Okay. And did we get a letter from that counselor?
Yes, I believe it was in the packet
Okay.
that I gave you, or that you gave to the court.
And that's what we tendered over to the court for the court's
I
inspection.
believe it was, yes. Yes, sir.
In addition to that, were there letters from people who know you?
There were
Okay.
longtime friends, and the gentleman who had been working with me on the 12-step.
I would assume that you are appreciative that these people have stuck by your side.
I am. That's remarkable.
And I mean, you understand the gravity of this offense.
Most definitely.
You understand why it's illegal.
I do.
And you're not saying that this is not a big deal or a victimless crime or anything to that effect, are you?
Not at all.
You, as part of the deal and part of the conviction of this offense, you are going to have to be registered as a sex offender if and when you ever do leave prison.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you intend to keep up with your treatment and sobriety even after you're released.
Yes, sir.
And
I want to maintain sobriety. I don't want to ever go back into this at all.
and it does look like the measures you've taken have helped you to maintain that.
That help me keep sober and keep my focus, and not stray into perversity. And
In addition to that treatment, what kind of health issues do you have?
I have diabetes, and I have some mild hypertension and occasional asthma and arthritis.
Are you on any kind of medications right now?
I have several medications that I take,
Okay.
both for diabetes and for my hypertension.
Okay. And all those are listed in the PSI, correct?
It should be, yes.
Now, Lynn, what are you asking the court to consider in this case?
I'm guilty, so I understand that there needs to be consequences for that, but I just ask that they be reasonable. You take into the fact that this is my first offense. I've lived a good life. I've worked a good job, tried to take care of people who have disorders, help them to get better.
Let me stop you there. You've
Okay.
been on bond for quite a while in this case,
I have since February or March of last year, I think.
Okay. and we've had no bond violations or issues with that.
I'm sorry,
You've always showed up to court when you needed
I
to.
have shown up.
Yeah.
My due diligence.
And so you're asking the court to consider something closer to the 15-year range.
I think that would be fair. That would be in keeping with
Okay.
what I've done.
But I mean, you understand that prison time is appropriate in this case.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I understand.
You're
There's
not-
a consequence for bad actions,
Okay.
breaking the law.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
Mr. Morren, when did you start seeing a therapist for your issues?
Right after I was arrested, or they had searched my home, I realized that I was in trouble and I needed to take care of my problems. So I saw a therapist first just for emotional disorder, and then I was referred to a sex therapist, certified CSAT, I believe.
And when you were looking at this material, you said you started out with pornography, but then you started getting into other things, and that other things included child pornography.
That's correct.
And when you were searching for this information on the internet, you had to learn all of the new terms and all of the ways to look this stuff up, because it's not just widely available, right? You have to have the right terms, correct?
Well, you kind of have to know where to look in the search parameters.
So you use Bing and Chrome on most of those searches?
Not Bing or Google or whatever the search engine was.
Among the things you searched for, that included sex tourism, child. Is that accurate?
I did look at that. just to see what.
Other questions?
All right. Thank you. I'll hear brief argument. State.
And here's the prosecution's hammer drop. Up to this point, the tone has been sympathetic, health, age, remorse, treatment. But the state flips the narrative. Hundreds of images, intentional searches, and even disturbing literature. This is where sentencing hearings shift from emotional pleas to cold, hard facts.
Judge, the content of this defendant's electronic devices, this wasn't minimal, casual viewing. This wasn't a one-off. This was intentionally collecting material of not one child, not two children, hundreds of children. There were over 800 images identified, and an estimate of what was probably on that device was 1,200 images of child pornography. In addition to those images of child pornography that were found, tagged, and identified when the officers searched his home, they identified a book that was signed, had something to the effect of someone with similar interests. It was titled The Daddy's Girl, and it described grooming and sexual abuse and exploitation. Judge, it's a horrendous offense. The punishment range is what it is for a reason. I would ask the court to follow the plea agreement and sentence under the maximum of 30 years.
All right, defense.
Judge, there's no excusing this behavior. And as Mr. Morren himself has told you, the prison time is appropriate. But we do, I'd ask the court to consider the fact that he is pushing 7 years old. He has no previous history. He has health issues. And whatever the court gives him, the vast majority of his life expectancy is going to be spent in prison. The reality of it, Judge, is that we have people in this county that are on probation who have admitted to touching children. We have people deferred in this county who have engaged in possession of child pornography. And while that wouldn't be appropriate in Mr. Morren's case, we'd ask the court to consider the 15 years. I mean, 15 years is not 15 months, it's not a year, it's not probation. And it's an aggravated offense, so he's going to do the vast majority of that 15 years. Given the circumstances in this case, the fact that Mr. Morren very quickly after being discovered got into treatment, has stayed away from this, and has maintained his sobriety in this case, we're asking the court to consider giving him 15 years in this case.
All right. Mr. Morren, I want you to know that I've listened to everything that your attorney has said. I reviewed the documentation, and I think it's great that you're on the path that you're on, and I hope that you stay on the path. But this was a lot of images and a lot of searching for images. The court, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to the 30 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $5,000 fine, time and money to run concurrently. There'll be Chapter 62 registration. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Did you review the trial court certification?
Whether or not you have a right to appeal.
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you need an explanation of what that means, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Really, I'm just asking the court to sign this motion for forfeiture of that book. The OAG's office wants to utilize it for educational purposes for training officers.
Any other?
Okay.
And I can get it if you later want to get that.
Okay.
Maybe, please.
Yes. All right, everyone, we're taking our recess.
Judge, these are all the people that were there.